Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. Welcome to Soul Treats. I'm Michelle Classen, and I am broadcasting live from Vancouver, Canada. And today, I am such a fangirl right now. It's not even funny. And I was a fangirl when I was talking to her as well. So I'm so excited. So today, I have an amazing person on the screen. This is Shayla. And Shayla's going to be doing some readings today. And she is my number one person that I watch on TikTok. So you have to go follow her. And I will definitely post her information. It'll be scrolling across the screen. So if anybody would like a reading, we do have an open donation. So that is posted in the comments. You'll see it pinned there. And if you can post one question, not one question that has 20 questions in it, just one solid, clear question. We're going to do our best to get to all of you. It is a 1 hour broadcast, so we apologize if we didn't get to you. But anyhow, I'm going to turn this over because I'm just too freaking excited and I need to get off this screen. So I'm going to share this here out. If everybody can share out for me, that would just be amazing. And I'll turn it over to you so you can introduce yourself and let people know what you do.
Cool. Thank you, Michelle. I am so grateful to be here. So, my name is Shayla Kummer. I am a professional metaphysical practitioner, and I've been reading tarot for about 6 years now. And tarot was a really big catalyst to my spiritual awakening. It was actually the one thing that finally got me out of one of the most toxic situations in my life. So after I had healed and really processed some of the things that had happened to me early on in life, I was like, I have to share this gift with the world. So for me, tarot it's a beautiful way to highlight the energy streams that are currently surrounding us, to then give us the power back ultimately to be able to choose where it is that we want to send our energy. So we don't always know what's going on, or sometimes life throws us curveballs and we find ourselves confused and in chaotic states, because there's a lack of clarity ultimately, or like some gunk in our energy field or around us. So if we take the time to tap into the cards, tap into our higher self, and bring through clarity, it makes, again, moving forward in our life so much easier. And it's really shown me the power that each and every one of us as human beings have to create and take ownership of our life. We are not victims of our reality, rather the creators of our reality. And sometimes we have things going on in our subconscious that are creating things in our external world that are not aligned with what it is we want. And then comes in the cycle of like, why is this happening to me? And again, coming back to confusion. So this is a really great tool for all of us, just to constantly come back to, not to become dependent on, but to use as a way to, again, highlight the energy streams and to get clear on where we are. We have to know where we are in order to figure out how we're going to get to where we want to go. So yeah, on TikTok, my name is Lionessencee. Come join the crew over there. We have a lot of fun. It's always intriguing coming together as a collective and receiving messages as a collective. It really has shown me personally the power of coming together as a collective. So yeah, I'm really excited to be here. Like Michelle said, if you guys have questions, post them in the chat. And yeah, what else about me? Well, I guess I'll share more. I'm a business owner. I started my first business last year officially, so we're still new. It's still a baby project. Yeah, please share the feed to support the energy. Yeah, but I want to share a little bit about where I want to take this project. Ultimately, the vision is to create centers in our physical environment, physical healing centers for all of us to come together to ultimately awaken to our spiritual gifts, to our intuitive gifts, and to step into who it is that we're meant to be on this planet. So yeah, right now I am in the process of actually creating a course on how to read tarot, because through my practice, I think it's, again, such a powerful tool that we have available, and to be able to understand the intuitive messages that are coming from the cards connects us deeper to our intuition and allows us to more easily interpret the messages that life is bringing us as we're, moving about day-to-day reality. So yeah, be sure that you get in touch with me after the session if you're interested in being alerted when that course is released. So my business dynamic, after the course is launched, I'm actually going to be giving the people who have taken my course the opportunity to then become a part of the internship program. So basically, like, I'm going to be bringing in people using my platform to help people who want to, learn how to read cards for other people step into that role. Because there's a huge difference between just reading for yourself and then taking that step and reading for the collective. To read cards for the collective, it takes a certain amount of disconnection from the ego and ability to discern the guidance of the intuition of the higher self and the guidance of the ego. So as we, really establish a firmer foundation in our own lives of who it is we are, and the voice of the ego and the voice of the intuition, we can then take our gifts out into the world and start to help other people reclaim, once again, their power and ability to ultimately live the life that they want to live. Working towards building a healing center as well. That's beautiful. I would love to hear more about that at some point in time.
And I'm just waiting for the questions come up. I know there's a couple of people. Unfortunately, there's like a minute to a minute and a half delay. Okay, here we go. On there. And then just to let you know, there's some really amazing people watching you right now, like Matthew T. Volk. You have to follow this man. He is an
Okay.
incredible tarot reader. And his collective readings are just insane. Like, insane.
I'm making a note. I have a list of
Okay.
people to reach out to.
Also, Chris is in the house. So, Chris, say hello, Chris. He says he just looked at the clock. It's 1:11. Amazing. So Chris is in the house. So that's truly an honor for you being here, man. Thank you. So write that name down too.
Chris. Yay, new connections.
Yeah, new connections for sure. You definitely want to speak to those two gentlemen. They're brilliant. All right, here we go. So remember, post one question in the feed so that she can get some answers for you. And Ada, here you go.
Okay, hi Ada. Ada Kelly. What can I do to open my spiritual path more? So let's see. What can you do to open your spiritual path more? I feel connecting to your energy. There's like your solar plexus right now is being activated, and I feel like there's a channel that's now open between your solar plexus and your heart chakra. So without even looking at the cards, intuitively what I'm feeling is to focus more on your chakral body and like intentionally moving energy from the root into the sacral, into the solar plexus, into the heart. Also, what's coming through, the Seven of Cups upright is the tarot card that came out. Spirit's asking you to spend some time in contemplation, finding a sense of clarity in regards to what really lights you up. Like, what is your Ace of Cups? What are you doing when you feel super fulfilled, when you feel extremely at peace? These things, the things that ultimately calm our vibration or lift our vibration, are things that we're meant to do in this life. So there is an element of you having a lot of choices, a lot of different avenues available to you right now. But what you're being asked to do, coming back into the heart again, the Two of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. So this is about ultimately allowing love into your life, allowing yourself to trust other people, ultimately to trust yourself in this decision-making process. So that's why all the options are here and why the energy might feel a little bit chaotic in this time. It's almost like an initiation that you're going through, and you're being given an opportunity to choose yourself, to put yourself first, and to set the boundaries in a calm, healthy, peaceful manner and say that, this is actually what I love to do. So, okay. And then I'll also show this underneath the deck. We have the Knight of Wands upright. So when you find that thing that really lights you up, Spirit's saying, take action. So start with the contemplation, get yourself into a meditative state where the ego isn't coming in and trying to distort the messages that are coming through. So maybe even deepening your meditation practice specifically so you can better hear your intuition and know the options that are vibrationally aligned for you. Been feel anxious past few days. Yeah. So on that note, when it comes to essentially overcoming emotions that don't feel good, again, it's a process of taking ourselves vibrationally on to a different level. So if we can get out of our conscious thinking mind and into our hearts, we now have opened up the portal for our intuition to communicate with us. So time in meditation and just sitting with your heart and allow that beautiful energy that is you to encompass the entirety of your being and wash away any of that anxiety or any of that fear that may be blocking you from being able to hear the answers that your intuition is bringing to you, because you have all the answers. Also, lavender oil for anxiety. Matthew, what can I focus on or do to reignite my fire? I love that question. What can Matthew do or focus on to reignite the fire? The cards, they're being quiet. Flow. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. Yeah, rather than, there we go. I'm going to say this before I look at the cards. But rather than embodying the perspective of what can I do? How do I light that fire? I'm hearing it's a shift in perspective and seeing that your fire is already ignited and that there just may be some clearing that needs to happen surrounding the portal of your inner fire, if that makes sense. I'm hearing clearing right now and allowing yourself to receive the flame. Page of Pentacles. Let's see, what's our bottom of the deck? And the Ace of Cups in the reversal. So yeah, again, this card, purging, clearing, cleansing, releasing the, I'm hearing the desire to, again, ignite that flame. The Hanged Man is here in the reverse underneath. So this is telling me that you have the perspective, you have a very unique perspective of the world and of yourself, and everything is already within you. I'm being drawn to the word love on my board, and that came up in the previous reading. It's really all in your heart. So surrendering the desire to make it happen and allowing yourself to effortlessly flow into that passion, into the flame. Page of Pentacles for me is an idea card as well. Maybe just creating the space in your physical life to also receive ideas that feel aligned with this higher vibrational aspect of you. I feel like I need to pull one more on that. And the Five of Wands coming out. So yeah, confirmation of really just establishing boundaries in your life with people, situations, taking a moment and asking yourself what is okay and what isn't okay. Really reestablishing the values that you hold in regards to how you interact with other people, and then give yourself space for these creative ideas and downloads to come, right? Because 50% of the work, if not 50 to 90% of the work, is the intention setting, and then the other remaining percentage is the allowing the universe to bring to us what we have set the intention to bring into our lives. Also, last thing, with this Five of Wands, transmutation of that energy that doesn't feel vibrationally aligned into the flame, into that in which you want. Queen of Wands, you got this. Luca the Light, general reading, please. Okay, what do we have for Luca the Light, Spirit? Okay, Three of Cups in the reverse and the Star card. Ooh, Two of Swords in the reverse. I feel like this energy is about, it's making a decision here. There's a decision being made to like take the blindfold off and to actually look at some of the deeper aspects of self and to actively eliminate energies that don't feel vibrationally aligned with the overall vision, with the overall mission, so to say. I feel like this is a time of full like light body activation where you're accessing like energetic portals within your being that you previously did not know were there. So you're coming into like newfound gifts. So to say, it may be like finding more depth in something that you already do, but the Three of Cups in the reversal is like the energy of actively making space for something that actually aligns on an emotional, spiritual, energetic level with this thing, this goal that you are pursuing. Let's pull another one. Let's see. What else can we get from this spirit? The Hanged Man. Okay, so strong water energy. Yeah, emotions are definitely being highlighted. Also, it would be interesting to see where your moon is at and what's going on in your fourth house in your astrological chart. This is a time of, yeah, once again, like diving deeper into yourself, but the Hanged Man is showing me downloads, downloads, downloads. Like you are the way that you show up in your physical life is shifting and changing to match this newfound vibration that you are ultimately embodying. So there may be a period where it feels like things aren't moving, or there's like a sense of lack, or you're just like you're feeling this space that you have just cleared for new to come in. So yeah, I'm seeing a lot of healing as well. Throat chakra activation, maybe really like aligning your physical life with what you feel to be true, the throat chakra coming out, and having the confidence here, solar plexus, I'm seeing activation to express and to be and to take those next steps towards embodying this path that you feel called to embody, your highest path. Wheel of Fortune, the wheel has turned. The wheel is turning, turning. It's a process. General, please. I'm going to pull some oracle here, actually, for general. All right, Spirit, what do we need to know? What messages do we have for our beautiful collective? Thriving coming out. Let's do one more. We have thriving, we have pleasure, and we have simplicity. So I believe Pluto went retrograde yesterday, and today is the day of solar eclipse. This is the beginning of eclipse season. There's a lot of change happening, but overall, collectively, there's almost like this sense of liberation and freedom that's coming in from acknowledging like who we truly are, or the fact that we view life, we view reality as a whole in a way that is very different than most people. It's interesting because I think as a collective in the past, like before we knew that there was like so many other people on this path or on this path, um, that we were crazy. We were crazy for the way that we were viewing life and viewing reality. But there's this sense of community right now, collective community, even if, we're still not interacting with people in the physical like we used to before the craziness happened. Energetically speaking, we are becoming closer, more united than we ever have. And because of this coming together that humanity is witnessing and actively participating in, we are literally shifting. I mean, we know this, those of us who are in the spiritual community, that the earth is shifting and changing, and there's a lot of like magical, mystical events happening. But when it comes to the way that we're identifying as an individual. This is really what the change that I'm seeing highlighted. And ultimately, that's what creates the ripple in the external world, right? For this grand collective shift, stepping into a new age. We're going on a journey. We have the journey card here, and then patience. So it's going to be, I mean, it's going to be a life-changing event. I'm seeing trust and change here. And the way that we are to navigate the changes and the risks that spirit is asking us to take is, again, to follow what feels, keyword feels, in vibrational alignment with where we want to go, with where we want to go as an individual, as where we want to see the collective go and move into. So still a lot of purging I'm seeing, cleansing happening within all of us. I think that we're going to see a lot more people decide that they're ready to let go of the excess material or the excess thoughts. Like I'm literally seeing magic, like aspects of the collective, people in the collective that at one point in time maybe we never thought would awaken, are beginning to awaken. So with all of that being said, right, like it's the sun card in the Eight of Swords. It's this dualistic battle that we're all on, keyword we are all on, of choosing our hearts, camera, choosing our heart or choosing our mind, choosing to listen to the ego or choosing to listen to the voice of love. And the my favorite way to overcome the voice of the ego is just to embody the child within me and to see life as a playground, right? It's like something to be experienced. And human beings are an amplification of the experience that we have created for ourselves. Let's see what else is coming through. Root chakra healing is really important right now. I've been speaking a lot about this on TikTok. But as we are awakening our upper chakras, sometimes we can get spun out. And I've done this so much. So I'm very passionate about sharing it with anyone that I can. The importance of activating, aligning, and clearing the lower three chakras. So when we're streaming higher vibrational energy, it doesn't like overload the upper chakras, and the energy can move harmoniously through the entirety of our body. When we find this ability to move energy up and down the chakra line, again, it's like basically reclaiming your power, the magician energy. In this, it's like an understanding as well. Like when you can feel your chakras, when you can feel your energy body, when you can feel energy within your hands, it brings in a certain knowing to your intellectual mind that you're not just crazy, that this isn't just woo woo. So I think that what's being highlighted through the cards, spirit really wants us to like start practicing bringing higher vibrational energy into this physical plane. Same thing with the messages that we may receive. Spirit saying, please listen to the messages and then take action in our physical life. Don't just hear us, but actually enact, take that action. And the action here is what I'm seeing is going to like ultimately liberate us. These swords are just going to kind of fall away as the lies and the delusion does. But what always stands is what? The truth, right? The truth is love. Julie Bryan, I watched your YouTube channel for the last few years. Oh, yay! That's really special because YouTube is where I started reading tarot for the collective. I've switched platforms and now I just read on TikTok. But I'm super grateful that you're here. Cool. That's it's so cool. So cool. Okay, general messages for Julie. Okay, I'm gonna pull. We have two cards here, both wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We might be feeling ultra passionate, extra passionate, maybe even a little bit fiery right now, or frustrated, I'm hearing. So the cards I'm looking at are the Six of Wands in the reversal, and the Ten of Swords, Ten of Wands, excuse me, Ten of Wands. Big difference there. And the Nine of Swords here in the reverse. So it looks like you're coming out of, yeah, you're coming out of some sort of difficult situation where there was no other choice but to like fully surrender the ego with the Six of Wands in the reverse. This may have felt like some sort of defeat, or like you didn't necessarily achieve your goal. However, I feel like there was a deeper message there. And maybe this wasn't a situation where you were actually supposed to achieve. Rather, you were supposed to experience Six of Swords in the reversal, kind of like a, I don't want to call it a defeat, because nothing is ever a defeat, or we never lose if we learn the lesson. Okay, so what I'm going to say is this experience was necessary for your growth and your evolution, ultimately, as difficult as it may have been. On a mental level, I'm seeing that you're finding a groove again. It's like you're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. You are maybe not taking a whole lot of action here in the physical plane with the Knight of Pentacles in the reversal. Action towards what it is you want. That's interesting. Very strong message there. Spend time getting clear on what the guidance from your higher self is, and like what you want to do and what you want to create in this life. Because yeah, you have all of the energy in the world to create what you want to create. And it seems like what's being highlighted is a situation that may be burdensome or keeping you from really tapping into your ability to like dream, to get creative with your imagination, to expand the horizons of where you take your energy mentally, spiritually, emotionally. So let's pull one more card here. Temperance, 2 cards came out, and the High Priestess. Okay, you are a very, very powerful channel and healer, and this situation is amplifying your gifts ultimately. And I also feel like it's serving as like intellectual evidence. Now your conscious mind knows, like your conscious mind is watching you overcome. So now that's like in your subconscious database, which is ultimately going to help you not only in your own healing journey, but like in taking that next step up and potentially like helping other people, or just like embodying the role that you feel called to walk, to live in in accordance with your higher self. So that's powerful. 2 major arcana cards coming out after, this energy of being burdened and disappointed. Yeah, trust yourself. You're extremely powerful and just naturally gifted with healing hands, and you naturally channel energy. You're probably somebody that people just come to like for advice, or they like give you your life story because they just intuitively feel like you're going to be able to hold space for them. So I'm hearing hold space for yourself as you're going through this final like healing, purging, cleansing, and don't be afraid to set those boundaries and to eliminate what you feel like isn't serving you and your healing and your overall mission and vision in life. Hi, Natalie. Hello, new here. So wonderful. Happy new moon from Korea. Wow. Beautiful. Happy new moon from Santa Fe, New Mexico. Let's see. What do we have for Natalie, please, Spirit? What do we have for Natalie? Okay. First thing I'm hearing is to shift your perspective and to allow in a little bit more fluidity into your thinking, specifically the way that you view yourself and the way that you view life. We have the King of Swords here in the reverse, the Knight of Cups upright, and the Hermit card. Okay, so yeah, it's a big time for you in your life. Potentially in a place where you're thinking about letting love in, or you're just like finding yourself wanting to connect to people on a little bit of a deeper level, like wanting to be more authentic with people in regards to who you are. This King of Swords in the reversal could be, though, like us throwing up our boundaries because of something that's happened in the past, or somebody rejecting us, or not being able to accept the love, the advice, ultimately the frequency that we have to offer. But this has triggered some sort of like profound awakening I'm seeing, and Spirit is asking you to spend some time in reflection of your past, reflecting on the why behind the walls. If we can find the why behind the walls and like remove the roots of that situation, we no longer have to have the walls, because you know what you just did? Like when you pluck the roots, that is your sign that like this energy isn't going to be manifesting in your physical life anymore. So then comes in a certain level of trust. So I'm hearing trust yourself and trust in this process. It's safe for you to move forward. But in order for you to move forward fully into the Wheel of Fortune upright, this card is coming out in the reversal at the bottom of the deck. So there's a need to, again, go back and reflect, pull out the energy that isn't serving. Spirit saying, we're preparing you right now with the Hermit card here. We're preparing you to look at some emotions or look at a situation that was a little bit difficult to process in that time. But what I'm hearing is that you are not the same person that you used to be, right? You have a newfound strength and sense of self in this time. This is a time where you're integrating who you are, and you're being given an opportunity to choose a new path, to respond differently to an emotion that may have been triggering prior, and to use whatever happened in your external life as a catalyst for you to come into a deeper understanding of who it is that you are, what you're meant to do on the planet. I feel like one more. Okay. Yeah. All right. We have the trust card coming out. So any place in your life, if you feel like you're in a desert, like there's just no water, there's no emotion, there's no love, like there's no life, Spirit is saying it's all part of the process. The desert, in a spiritual sense, represents going on a very profound spiritual journey. When we become dehydrated, you know what happens? Some people start to hallucinate and they have like these crazy spiritual experiences. Just living in the desert brings us spiritual experiences. It's different than the rest of the planet. So I feel like the reason I'm talking about this is because the time that you're in your life right now is a very like auspicious time where it looks like there's nothing around you, or it looks like spirit hasn't heard your call, or your manifestations haven't been answered. But what I'm hearing is whatever you've asked for is coming in a lot more bountiful than maybe you can in this time conjure in your conscious thinking mind. So the surrender and the trust allows the universe ultimately to bring in and to give to us. And this card shows us that like the water is right here. I know that you can't see it right now or might feel barren, but like literally it's right here. It's all here, always, in each and every moment. Thank you, Natalie. Hi, Melanie. Leo here. Leo gang. I'm a Leo sun, Leo rising, North Node in Leo. A lot of Leo. Okay, okay, so immediately I feel like I saw the Seven of Wands. Feels like there's something that you're, ooh, yeah, bottom of the deck, something that you're holding on to. Or maybe feeling like you have to kind of be on defense. Three of Pentacles in the reversal and the Six of Wands reverse. Okay, so all right, Leo, Six of Wands, this is you. Let me remind you of how great you are and how like well equipped you are to be a leader. This is a part of like your life path. You are meant to be in a position of authority where ultimately you're making decisions based off of what your intuition is bringing to you, what the higher vibrational guidance is. And this card is telling me that you might have some people or a literal work situation in your life, some sort of collaborative project where you don't feel heard. Or there's this sense of, we saw the Seven of Wands, like having to defend yourself or having to defend your ideas, your projects. Ooh, I put the Six of Wands back and it just came out upright. Okay. Honestly, this is you overcoming. I'm seeing if there's any obstacle or adversity, Spirit is saying just allow yourself to lead from the heart. Come into the heart and know that because of the power that you carry, you can be a triggering force for some people who don't necessarily have the confidence and the strength that you do to show up and to lead the way that you do. So I'm hearing keep your vision focused on future, like focused on where you're going, and align what you're doing here in this present moment with whatever is going to get you to where it is that you're going. Ooh, we have the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. Power, 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 strong. You have a very beautiful foundation. Just overcame that, spoke my truth. I am a trigger. Yeah, I feel that. But this card here, okay, is pointing to your stability and also your ability to lead. It's a hard position to hold. It is, yeah, because the Emperor is like Emperor, Empress energy. It's they worked really hard to get to where they are, and not everybody understands that, right? And some people are going to want to be like, excuse me, but like, you're so solid, how can I like create some disturbance in your life to make myself feel a little bit better? So yeah, what's coming through is just you've been dealing with a lot of like ego battles, but you, let's pull one more. It's, yeah, it's just, it's making you more powerful. It's making you more powerful. And it's also highlighting like what you want to do, what your dreams, what your goals, what your aspirations are. Again, just like you're meant to lead. And when you're in a calm emotional state of being, that's when you're most powerful, when you're kind of in that neutral zone. And I feel like this has been a lesson and a test in just like showing you your power in a different way, showing you the strength that you have. And again, like leadership, 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 keyword here, capabilities. Also success with the Six of Wands. Like there's about to be a victory. The King of Pentacles. You got this. Total, you got this. Super solid foundation. Calm and tested. Yes. Julie Bryan, hello. Okay, let's see. Pull some cards, take a drink. Thank you guys for being here. This is fun. I was telling Michelle prior that I was excited to connect with you guys in a different way. Different platform. Live is always fun. Okay. So we're on Tina. I think, did we skip one? Can we go back? Or keep going? Keep going. Okay.
We'll do Tina.
Okay.
Because we did Julie already. Sorry about that.
No worries. Thank you for the clarification. Hi, Tina. Yay. Okay, let's see. What do we have for Tina? We have the Two of Pentacles reverse, the Hermit reverse. I want one more. It feels like you're on the precipice of change, like profound change. King of Pentacles is here at the bottom of the deck, and it might feel like your stability is not really there, or there's just like a lot of elements that are up in the air. The Hermit card coming out in the reversal, it's showing me two things. Number one, your power and your like the wisdom that you hold, the raw truth that you hold, and your connection to your intuition. Right now, I feel like the lesson, I'm hearing solar plexus and feeling my solar plexus. It's like a time of awakening to your power and trusting yourself to make the necessary changes in your life in order to get to where it is you feel called to go. Eight of Cups coming out upright, and the Ace of Swords. Okay, wow. Yeah, this is a time where the light is being shined on the darkest places of ourself, or the places where we had yet to take our conscious awareness. So there was something subconsciously, I think, that may have been creating this like trip. It feels like you had one foot kind of like stuck in the mud, like dragging. Something's been dragging, and yeah, I feel like it's been with you for a little while. Like maybe early on, like something that happened in childhood that, yeah, you've addressed, but maybe not like fully pulled out the roots. But this is a really beautiful time for you where you're recognizing more so what you want. So this is the advice, is to take your mind into the reality that feels vibrationally aligned. And also when you find those roots of like, oh, that happened, oh my gosh, well maybe that's why I'm reacting the way that I've been reacting towards certain people or situations, or that's why nothing seems to grow the way that I want it to grow. Then I want you to take your mind into the opposite reality of that. Like, what does it look like you functioning from a place of being healed and not having those roots? Because life's beautiful when we start to invest mentally into that reality where we are healed. We start to naturally fall into that reality, as the human body is the machinery, so to say, that projects out consciousness, which then is like the building blocks for everything that we experience in our life. So yeah, I think that your channel is opening to your intuition, to your higher self. Lots of guidance coming through, I'm seeing. And also, like, we'll end here. Like, you have the power. You have the power. The power's in your hands, but it does take a certain level of trusting yourself in order to access that power to its entirety. So yeah, it's a process, and you're on the journey. But anything that you can do to release and shed emotionally right now is going to strengthening your ability to tap into your higher self and to ultimately bring through the knowledge or necessary guidance, information that's necessary to take you into the next. A lot of release, but very beautiful. Release to step into who you're meant to be, who you already are, right? Just an amplification of that. Thanks, Tina. Okay, Melanie, I would love to do a live reading next, or a relationship. Yeah, let's do a love. Thank you for clarifying. Yes, let's do a love relationship. So I'm pulling out my love cards. They're all major arcana. So I'm going to pull one card for you, and then one card for the lucky individual, the other end of the spectrum, in this relationship dynamic. Love reading. Okay. So on your end, we have the Tower. There's something falling away, it's a perspective, it's a belief surrounding love. Honestly, I feel like Spirit right now is preparing you to receive a higher form of love. I'm hearing that song, like, bring me a higher love. Oh, that's what it feels like you have coming in for you. So in order for this to really come in, Spirit's like, hey, I gotta deconstruct your foundation for a second so I can like get into that beautiful beating heart of yours. So maybe kind of like a bit of emotional chaos also with the eclipse energy. I know you said you're a Leo. Fixed signs are getting hit the hardest this weekend. A lot of old emotions, things crumbling and releasing. So it's all aligned with divine timing here. On the other person's end, whoever may be in this relationship dynamic with you, we have the Chariot card. So it's a card of Cancer. It's a card of success. It's a card of somebody like wanting to pursue, like seeing you ultimately as like a big success. Like that is a yes. This is somebody coming into your life who is very balanced. There's a connection between the masculine and the feminine. The Hermit card, though, is here in the middle, the energy that's joining the two of you guys together. So there is this sense of maybe like not being in physical connection. Big stagnant. He has a Cancer. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of movement here in the physical, and I said divine timing here about the eclipses, but again, confirmation. The Hermit card is holding a sand. What do you call that? Sand clock. A sand clock. Yeah. So it's just a matter of time before the energy is neutralized, but it feels like divine protection too. That you guys aren't like actively together or like sharing a whole lot of energy because you're both still going through your processes. Like you're relaying your foundation right now, and this other individual, the Cancer, the Chariot card, I feel like they're reestablishing their connection to divine. Chariot's number 7. That's the connecting link between the heavens and the earth. Let's pull one just, I have to show you. That was our bottom of the deck energy, the Lovers card here. And when I shuffled, I also saw the moon. So I'll show you that. Cancer again, confirmation. There's a lot of deep feelings though with the moon card here. Very, very deep feelings. And a feeling of like having known each other before. There's absolutely a soul connection here. I love this. It's like it's triggered both of you to go within ultimately, and that's what Spirit's saying, that right now the time is to go within, to continue to heal, continue to raise your energy, your vibration, and to trust in this process. The Lovers card here, but that's confirmation of the connection, the validity of the connection, because I know sometimes the ego can come in and be like, no, you're crazy, this connection is not as strong as you think, but it is a very strong connection. You guys are teaching each other a lot. I feel a lot of potential. And something I've recently shifted when it comes to spiritual counterparts is just like bringing in a realization that free will plays a very prominent role in us coming into union, or in these relationships coming to fruition, right? Like we can make soul contracts, but we can also like not abide by soul contracts in this physical life. So with all that being said, I see a lot of potential and I'm seeing a lot of growth happening here. Just not sure if he's the one. Lots of depression on his side, and it's hard. Let's pull a card on that. Healing, chaos, and change. Okay. On that note, even if you end up with him, if you don't end up with him, I would say protect your energy. Like actively put up your vibrational energetic shield, so this energy is not coming into your being, and you can think from a place of clarity, from a place of being aligned with your power ultimately. But let's pull a card and see what Spirit has to say. And that makes sense. The Hermit card here, like the separation, there's a reason, divine protection here, because yeah, like you don't have to take on the burden of trying to heal something that isn't yours to heal. Diligence and embracing. Yeah, I feel like the call is to continue to focus on yourself, to be diligent in the pursuit towards what it is that you want to create in your life. And the embracing card here, for me, it talks about embracing endings. So it's just like, it doesn't mean that this has to end, because I'm seeing on his end, the Chariot card, like he's actually in this place right now of like amping up the engine, like he's revving up the engine. That's the analogy I was trying to say. But like coming back into his power and finding that connection to the divine. So yeah, like keep doing your thing. Focus on yourself and what it is that you want to create, and tapping into your inherent magic energy and bringing that out into the world. And know that this too shall pass. He feels left out at times. Maybe that's what the embracing card is talking about. Just like, you know, your higher self coming through, asking you to find that sense of like unconditional love and ability to like accept his process, and to accept that he also has a higher self that's guiding him. What I'm hearing is not to take anything personal in this connection. And I know that is so difficult to do when you have strong emotions with somebody, for somebody, or you have a very strong connection to somebody. The best things to my guidance team. So I want to pull one more for you just to kind of like bring this full circle. Voyage and flow. Okay. Yeah, for sure. This is just about like surrendering control over the direction right now, and allowing Spirit to kind of like work the universal magic on your love life. But it's interesting, the last thing I'll say is like, as you're surrendering control over your life with the Chariot, what does this card represent? It represents somebody taking the reins back in their own life, jumping in their own chariot. So it's almost like you have to step back in order for this individual to step forward. And at the end of the day, everything's a choice. I know. I know. It's hard. Yes, just flow. Chills.
Chills. Amazing. Thank you so much for everybody being here today. And thank you for being here. Thank you for bringing messages to everybody on Soul Traits. I'm truly grateful and truly appreciative. Melanie, how long will you be live? I was actually going to end the live, but we do have time for one more question. So if you want to post your question, we can definitely do yours, and that would be the last one. And she was saying here that you are the best. So definitely, if you can post your one question, that would be great. I know there's a little bit of delay, but while we're waiting for her question, did you want to? Oh, looks like we have another one here. Okay. So Deborah, I just saw your donation. So if you can post your one question, and then we'll have to be closing out the list. That would be great. So we have Melanie, if Melanie posts her question, and then we've got Deborah Connors. I just see if there's anything else here. While we're waiting, do you want to go over how a little bit about yourself? Because I know people heard it in the beginning, but there was some new people that popped on.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Shayla Kummer. I am a professional metaphysical practitioner. I am the founder and CEO of Gamma Evolution LLC. I have been working with tarot for about 6 years now, and as I became acquainted and familiar with tarot, and just like began to notice the shifts and changes in my own life, specifically in my awareness and my ability to like navigate through energy streams, I was like, I have to share this with the world. So I started reading for other people about 4 years ago. And then the next step or evolution of the journey was realizing that we need to figure out how to move through these energy streams. How do we handle the things that come up? And then that's ultimately what inspired me to start my coaching practice. So yeah, you can find me on TikTok at lionessencee.
Go find her. Amazing post. Okay, now I'm really confused because we've got two people with the same name, but the last name. So the one that I was saying yes to is the person on the screen. And then we've got Melanie Altman. So we have three. What I'm going to do, though, is we're going to go with Deborah first, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And then I'll pop those other two on, and then I'll pop back on, and we'll be done. Okay.
Perfect. Okay. Hi, Deborah. General, not relationship. So shifts in life path. What's going on in Deborah's life path? We have the Star card. Okay. It's a very auspicious time for you. It's like the darkest part of the night before the morning light appears. That's where I feel like you're at. And cards just fall everywhere. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot going on, a lot of release I'm seeing emotionally right now. And also there's like some sort of like wake up call, a realization that maybe you've been carrying burdens that don't necessarily belong to you, or you've been holding on to pain from a previous relationship. I know you said no relationship, but that's coming through from a previous relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic, it could also be platonic. But let me pull the card that fell, the Queen of Swords in the reversal. So yeah, Spirit's asking you to open up just a little bit more to the idea of collaboration and other people coming in to help you accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish in this life. Like overall, I'm talking like big vision. The Star card is, it really is like a cracking open in the mental sphere where we're allowing ourselves to merge with our higher self and receive like the blueprint, so to say, for how we can live our life to the highest degree, so to say, and to actually like make the change that we desire to make in this world. So in order to do that, we're still in that like the darkest part of the night, right? There's still some cleansing that's happening and some awareness that needs to be found in regards to where you may be holding on. But I'm seeing a lot of release, specifically with your heart chakra here, like walls falling from your heart chakra. If you've never had an energy healing session done, I would recommend that. Actually, if that doesn't resonate with you, the next thing I would recommend is getting yourself into a meditative state and just like sitting with your heart chakra and setting the intention to clear away any blocks that may be preventing you from fully experiencing your own love and also from manifesting and creating in your physical life. So when something happens, the three swords is here at the bottom of the deck. The world reverse, a lot of cards, but I feel like I need to show, and the 10 of swords. So something, an ending prior, like from your past, that's still influencing the way that you show up in the world. So this could be about, I don't know, maybe like a belief or a mindset that you're not good enough to go after your dreams or your goals, or whatever. The voice of fear comes in many different ways. But the message is that like this dream that you have, this dream reality, this thing that you're trying to accomplish, it's a part of your life path. It's a part of the reason that you're here on the planet. And the voice of fear is stemming from an experience that happened in your past. So if we can go back again, I've spoken about this in a couple of different readings, and just like extract the roots, the energetic roots from that situation, we've now ultimately freed ourselves on a vibrational level and can move our energy in a new direction towards what it is that we do want to achieve and accomplish. But really beautiful. There's a lot of energy being freed up around you. I think that's why the focus is to spend, more time in dream state with your imagination, because as if by magic, right? Like when you free up energy, that energy has to go somewhere. And if we're already taking our focus on what we do want, what we actually want to build and create in our life, it starts to become, more of a solid aspect of our reality, or it becomes the fabric of our reality, what we invest in mentally and emotionally. Aquarius energy here. Yes, very beautiful. Wow. Use my strength. Wow. Learning to receive help from others while helping those. Yep. I can also. Yeah, I'm from personal experience, I'm also going through this. I'm realizing that some of my deepest wounds are around trusting people, and life is relationships. And my South Node is in Aquarius, so I fall into the habit of being hyper independent and not letting people come in and help me, because I've been burned and stuff in the past. But yeah, recently it's come up that all we truly have is now. And if I truly trust myself, there's no reason at all for me not to trust somebody else. So my condolences for your loss, but I love your perspective surrounding everything. And yeah, learning to receive help. It's a very humbling experience and gateway into new levels of growth, and just on this journey of finding self. Melanie, what is next? What next career moves should I take? Let us see. Career moves for Melanie, Spirit. A card flipped. It didn't show itself, and then it went back. We have the Strength card. I feel like in the 9 of Cups. Ooh. Okay, this is beautiful. Very sorry about that. Specific message too. There's something that you're really good at, something that brings in emotional fulfillment. It could be a hobby, a creative project. Just something to do with creativity. It's also a way that you channel higher vibrational energy, and it brings in, like, I don't know, it's like you're in the zone. There's something that you do that just like the world around you stops, and you're able to really be present. This is what you're supposed to do. So in this time, career moves, you might be thinking about making shifts and changes, or you might feel like you're in a place that isn't aligned. 9 of Cups, the Empress here in the reverse, and the 9 of Pentacles reverse, that isn't aligned with what you really want to do. So what I'm hearing is, let's actually pull more cards. It's going to take strength. You're definitely in a time of change. The Strength card for me is also a representation of like higher vibrational knowledge, coming to us. So you are strengthening your ability to channel and to bring through guidance. 7 of Wands, 9 of Swords reverse, and the 4 of Wands. Okay, so career moves, it's about holding on to something while simultaneously letting something go. And I know that's they're opposites, but it's like in order for you to achieve your 4 of Wands, happily ever after, feeling stable and secure in your physical environment, 4 of Swords, it's going to take time. First thing I'm hearing, but the next step is simply allowing yourself to get clear on what it is that you want and what's actually going on in your physical life. So there's this sense that right now you have to like really guard yourself, or guard your idea, guard like what you want to do or where you want to take your life. I'm like, this is the first time the whole reading that I've gotten hot. Like I'm feeling myself kind of starting to sweat. So I feel like there's a lot of purging that's happening for you right now, and also clarity in regards to what you're meant to do here on the planet. I want to pull one card just to see, because I know yeah, just for your own sake. 3 of Wands and the King of Pentacles. You may be desiring to start your own business. I'm definitely getting strong, like independent. Um, I have the work ethic to make anything happen vibes from you. So I would take that and see, like, what do you want to create? What do you want to manifest? Because it's a lot closer than you think. The 3 of Wands here. Yeah, it's the energy right now is about receiving, receiving what you've already set the intention to call into your life. And with the Strength card here, finding the ability to quench the voice within that comes in and says things that are counterproductive to what we're trying to do. It's just a voice, it's just a frequency, but ultimately I'm seeing something really beautiful unfolding for you, like reasons to celebrate, maybe like a raise, or you're just like taking a leap of faith that you knew was necessary, but maybe isn't the easiest thing to do. It's about following the heart.
Okay. Awesome. Alrighty. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here today. I really appreciate you all being here and your donations. Just so much gratitude for the Soul Treats Facebook page and just watching it grow this past year. Actually, has it been 2 years? It's been 2 years, actually. So thank you so much for being here. And definitely, let me just bring this off the screen. You definitely have to go check her out. Go to TikTok, and right on the screen, right where she's got next to her, lionesses, just type that in. Go find her. Her collective readings are just, they blow my mind every time, but also just her regular readings that she does put out there, which are still collective, but kind of those individual. I love like your part. You're like, wait, let's go to part 4. I'm like, what? More. So definitely please go follow her. And if you need to get in contact with her, I do have, going across the screen, her website address, so please feel free to connect. And how long do you usually have your sessions for, like your reading sessions?
I have options. So 30 minutes. I offer a 30-minute pre-recorded reading, which is basically you just like give me questions, and then I'll take the questions and the cards, record the reading, upload a private link to YouTube, and then send over the link. And then I also offer 30-minute and 1-hour live sessions as well.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, so definitely go check it out. And thank you again for being here. Thank you for I don't know, I feel so grateful and blessed. Like it was a shot in the dark, right? To just go and ask you, hey, I'd love to have you on Soul Treat. And you're like, yes. And I'm just like, oh man, amazing. So thank you so much for saying yes to my invite, for coming on. I really appreciate it. And we're going to go ahead and end the broadcast. You have a lot of people saying thank you. So before we go, there's something I want to point out. There's a couple of people that pointed out a time. Let me go find it. So Chris was saying on his clock, it's 111. So everybody go look that up. But there was another time that somebody pointed out on their clock. And I think it was the person who was in Korea. Oh, where is it? And I think it was 333. Let me try to find it here. I think it's up higher. Yes, it's 333. I wrote it down. So look up 111 and look up 333 because I feel for everyone that was here on the feed, there's just some important messages with those amazing numbers. And I'm just going to try to find the 333 so that it's up there. Oh, there's so many comments though. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to find it. Anyhow, 111 and 333. Please look those up. And I'm just going to post your thing here. Melanie says, thank you so much. So perfect. Ada says, thank you for sharing. Matthew says, thank you, ladies. You're welcome, Matthew. And definitely follow Matthew for sure. Just amazing readings that Matthew does. And Melanie Mora says, Shayla is great. She is. And then Deborah's got to thank you both. Your readings were very in-depth and inspirational, even those for others. They sure were, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast. When I end it, just hang out with me and it'll go backstage, so don't hang up yet.
Perfect.
So thank you, everybody, for being here. Happy Saturday from Soul Treats in Vancouver. And I love you. Take care.